Hello and welcome to Full Send Racing Network. Tonight we have the SERL, the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series, presented by Sim Racer Hub at Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, Texas. Tonight I have with me Justin. So how you doing tonight, Justin?
Doing pretty good myself. I hope you are. It's good to be here at Texas.
Having a fantastic night, I hope. A little chilly outside. It's all nice and dandy to me. A little break from that heat. All right, so why don't we go over the info of the race here. Tonight, these guys are going to be racing around here at Texas Motor Speedway, which is 1.46 miles, is commonly known as a mile and a half. The temperature is 78 degrees, 56% humidity, partly cloudy with 2-mile-an-hour winds. Justin, what do you think we have to look for?
Well, they're a little low on their fuel limit tonight with a 65% limit. You got 4 sets of tires this race. So barring that the tires don't wear a lot, they should be okay on tires, but really you only have one fast repair tonight. So it's going to be stay out of trouble and keep your truck there for the end.
Understandable. So what do you think about pit penalties? Is that something we should look for here tonight?
I would say during the green flag stops, if they're really in tight, bunches and they all try to pit at once, you're going to have to watch for guys checking up there and skipping them tires in and speeding a little bit.
For sure. And that was another thing that I was going to talk about was the long green flag runs that we are expecting here tonight. Once these guys get stretched out and find their spot where they're going to run at for a little while, that's going to lead to them green flag stops, and that's where your pit penalties will lie right there. Something else that I was going to ask you, Justin, is do you think Dustin Matson can go back-to-back after winning last week at Daytona?
Well, Texas and Daytona are two totally different tracks. I would say he would have a really good shot, but we'll see in qualifying where he starts at, if he can stay out of trouble and get a double.
For sure. And they have another stage here tonight, and I believe that stage is at lap 45. Am I correct with that?
Yep, looks like it's going to be on lap 45 tonight.
And that's going to award the stage points for 10 points for first, all the way to 1 point for 10th. Tonight it looks like we have 25 trucks that are going to be on track.
Possibly, looks like right now.
Possibly 24. I think the race control is in here also registered for the race. So he's able to control everything from the bird's eye view thing.
Yeah, all their speeds right now so far in this little practice session look really close. You got Justin Michael up there at the top with a 31.94.
Yes, we do. Followed by Downing with a 30.24. Almost a full tenth off the pace of Michael there.
We already talked about Matson. He's sitting there in 4th in practice, 32.98. So he is really fast here at Texas. He could go back-to-back.
He is. As they finish up practice right there as we head to qualifying. Right, so who's going to be the first one on the track?
Looks like George Jewell.
And we got Nick Borkowski. Sorry if I butcher that name. I'm just going to call you Nick until I can figure out the pronunciation there.
I think you did a fine job there.
I had to think about it for a second.
Also got Matt Crockett on the track in the number 5.
See Matt Crockett there. Going through 3 and 4 here. Getting ready to take his green flag lap. He showed a lot of speed last week at Daytona also. See if he has anything for the pole here. This qualifying session is 10 minutes long, but I do not believe it will take all 10 minutes for these guys to get both laps in. George Jewell crosses the line for his first lap with a 36 flat. Humphrey, Nick, and Cogswell all come across the line. Dylan Clark goes to the top spot with a 30-36. Crockett with a 30-54. We're looking along with Dylan Clark now. See if he can better that lap time.
That's a really fast lap one if that was his first lap.
As he comes around and completes his second lap, it is going to be better, a 30-31. As Matt Crockett comes around, finishes his second lap with a 34-40. Joe Nelson coming across the line with a 30-47. Look at Josh Anderson here. And that 7 machine coming across the line there. So far, we've had 11 trucks take time now. Jamie Dunning coming across the line in the second spot now with a 30-34. So far, the only other person from Clark being able to hit the 33s. See if he's able to better his second lap.
Like John McIntyre is taking the track.
That's James McKinney. Jamie Dunning does not better his second lap. Second lap was a 30-34-8. So he's going to stick with that 3-3-4 there, sitting in the second position. So far, Dylan Clark is your pole sitter.
Jake Eaton taking the green flag here for his lap.
We're following along with Eaton.
That was a truck we saw last week up at the front a lot.
Yes, that was. Yeah, he was up there quite a bit, mixing it up. Completes his first lap. Goes to the 4th spot with a 30-44.
See if he can dig a little deeper here. Last week's winner, Dustin Matson, on the track. Heading down the back stretch here. Front stretch.
If McIntyre can best his first lap. He does with a 30-62. That's going to put him in the 12th position. So far, Clark and Dunning are the only two to break them the 30.3s.
That's in 6th at the line with a 34.86.
Bill Miller taking his green flag lap. Oh, as he gets loose coming out of turn 2, pushing it a little too hard. Like he's gonna possibly take it back to pit road for a reset and try to get just one lap.
Still got some fast drivers back here that haven't took a lap yet. Chris Downey, Grant Humphrey, Justin Michael, they were up there in that practice session.
We're following along with that 48 machine of Humphrey.
Like Matson improved on his lap there with a 34.2, put him in P3.
Humphrey taking his first lap there. It's going to be a 30.63. And it looks like he is going to call it quits after that one.
Justin Michael rolling out. Fastest in practice.
Trying to warm them tires up, get a little heat in there, maybe try to stick to that white line as best as possible. Hunter Parsons.
See the shot at the pole.
Hunter Parsons jumps up to 7th with a 30.47.
Carl Burke on the track. He's pretty fast in practice as well.
As Burke taking his first lap there. Sorry, taking the green flag on his first lap. Looked a little loose coming out of 2 there.
Michael hitting the line for his first lap.
Here comes Burt to the line. Gonna jump up to 10th with a 30.48.
See if he can build on that with them warmer tires. Michael hits the line. 39.7. I don't think that's what he wanted there.
Maybe he just took that first lap easy. Let's follow along with him on this second lap, see if he improves it. Maybe he was just trying to build heat in them tires. Burt goes to the pole with a 30.29.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be tough to beat. Let's see if Michael has anything for him as he exits 4, coming to the line.
And goes to the pole, 31.75.
Gosh. I did not think these guys could even get in the 2s, much less the 1s.
Wow. He must have really heated them tires up.
Yes, as we're watching Chris Downing now coming to the line. Looks like his first lap here. Going to put him in 4th with a 30.34.
That's a fast first lap. I think that's the fastest first lap we've seen.
Let's see if he has anything for that pole position there with Justin Michael with a 31.7.
Yeah, Michael's got the whole field by a 10th right now.
Downing comes to the line on the second lap.
P2.
P2 with a 30.23. That looks to be like everyone has qualified now. With about 40 seconds left in qualifying. Justin Michael is going to be your pole sitter with a 30.17. We'll show you the official results as the session ends. Man, I cannot believe Michael pulled that kind of lap out right there. That's he might be the guy to beat tonight with that kind of single car speed.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to go that fast and save your tires, though. It's going to be a little bit different when they're pack racing here. You know that draft is going to factor in.
Yes, sir. As qualifying has come to an end now, let's take you through starting grid. Like my overlay has frozen.
Got some technical difficulties here. I'll just go over it for everybody. You got Justin Michael on the pole. Chris Downing starting 2nd. Carl Burke 3rd. Dylan Clark, 4th. Jamie Lee Dunning, 5th. Christopher Howe, 6th. Dustin Matson, last week's winner, in 7th. Matt Crockett, 8th. Jake Eaton, 9th. Bill Miller, 10th. Hunter Parsons, 11th. Joe Nelson, 12th. Josh Anderson, 13th. William Fletcher, 14th. James McCanney, 15th. Mike Rentz, 16th. Joe Nelson, 17th. George Jewell, 18th. Jonathan Cogswell, 19th. John McIntyre, 20th. Grant Humphrey, 21st. Matt Rutter, 22nd. Tyler Humphrey, 23rd. Nick Kulikowski, 24th. And starting last, Kevin Frankston, 25th.
All right, I believe we have the technical difficulty out of the way here. Just a quick little reset. Let's see if we can get the official grid pulled up there, and we do. This is your starting grid, as Justin just went over it, presented by Sim Racer Hub. As we see the trucks rolling off pit road now. So, do you think these guys are going to be going hard the first few laps here? Or do you think they're going to start laying back, figure out what they have, and figure it out from there?
I would say at the start, they're going to try to advance their position a little bit because you got that stage at 45. You kind of want to get up there. They're probably going to be about 28 to 30 laps if they go green on fuel. So you might see a little bit of single file racing once it starts spreading out.
And then once these guys get spread out, that's as soon as that's... I believe as soon as the green flag drops, the strategy is going to start from there.
Yeah, you might see guys that are starting here at the back just kind of lay back and save them tires and fuel just a little bit. Let them guys up front eat their fuel up.
As the field comes out of turn 4, waiting for that pace truck to make the left turn, and he does. Waiting for the green flag. Green flag is out. We are racing at Texas Motor Speedway in the Lone Star State. They scream off down into turn 1 there, going up through the gears. Michael gets a good gap, good start. Top 2, single file, side by side for third. No major change for position just yet. Oh, the 53 gets loose.
Carl Burke loose into the inside wall. Oh, he comes up back.
Oh my gosh. Big wreck.
Oh,
huge
wow.
wreck. Major implications for this race.
One fast repair, that is not good.
As Burke looks like he has left.
Oh, 53 was so fast.
Let's go back to that and see if we can figure out what happened. As we're looking at the 53 here of Burke.
See who all eclipse. Got the 34, the 29. 24 was in the wall, 7. Oh, the 15 hits him head on.
As we're watching the replay right now, them in the corner. Like Burt might have got to the throttle a little too hard. Got a little loose. Oh, he hit the opening for the infield there. Hard hit.
That is tough. This early in the race, that many trucks with
Oh
damage.
my gosh, the 15 with a whale of a hit on the 53.
Yeah, 15 just doored the 50. He had nowhere to go. I'm sure he was checking up. That 53 hit at least 8 trucks spinning around.
As the first caution has come out. Wow.
Does anyone come in and top it off? Yeah, we got some leavers here on pit road. 07, 7. Some guys coming in topping off, or they were part of that incident there.
Some guys getting some fast repairs. Looks like the 7 of Josh Anderson took a fast repair there. James McCanney looks like he may be just trying to fix some damage without taking a fast repair. Unless he had to tow. Wow, cannot believe that happened, but that just shows how treacherous it is there coming out of turn 2, especially on these cold new tires.
Yeah, you really have to let these tires warm up in these trucks, or they're going to be really squirrely loose, especially getting around the bottoms of the turns and trying to accelerate off of them.
As the field paces around, looks like they're taking the 2 to go. And if you notice, some of these trucks are running a special Halloween scheme. Like the 6 of Dustin Matson here.
Yeah, I think they're having a little contest for that.
That's what I've
Prize
heard.
giveaway.
Yes, I believe it's $10, I believe, is the winner of the best Halloween paint scheme.
So yeah, everybody out there watching on YouTube, Facebook, comment the best paint scheme you see, truck number. Maybe they'll have a little bit of pull in it.
Yeah, don't be afraid to get in the comments here and root for your favorite driver and show your support. I know they go back and watch these races and love to see the comments and everything else on these videos. I believe the 76 is another one. Yeah, he's rocking the Halloween Kills paint scheme, the newest Halloween movie. As it looks like they're fixing to go 1 to green here, waiting for the lights to go out on the pace truck.
Looks like the biggest benefiter of that wreck there is Jonathan Cogswell in that 27. He's up 12 spots.
Yes, he is. Lights are out on the pace truck. We'll be going green again and giving it one more shot.
Out of turn 2 under the lights here in Texas, getting ready to go green.
And if you're just now tuning in, you're watching the Southern Excitement Racing League presented by Sim Racer Hub here on Full Send Broadcast Network. Thank you for tuning in and showing your support for these awesome drivers here and this channel. Everyone puts in a lot of hard work to make all this come together and put on a good show for y'all.
Yeah, Sim Racer Hub's awesome. Go to simracerhub.com, get all your racing stats. They do a whole lot for iRacing. They're awesome.
That pace truck makes that hard left turn, leaving the leader there. Looks like they're going green. The leader is mashing it to the floor.
Justin Michael with a gap right there on the start. 54 of Dunning up there in second, getting around Chris Downing.
All these guys taking it easy there through turns 1 and 2.
Comes Dustin Matson. That pumpkin number 6.
As we have a whole gaggle of trucks here. A little bit of a checkup by the 48.
Single file for the most part, all the way back to top 10.
Looks like that 48 is having some handling issues. He just cannot get to the throttle.
Trying to get back up there on the high side.
Looks like he's got that handling issue figured out a little bit now.
Gotta get them tires warm.
As Eaton comes around, makes a pass for the 13th spot.
'48, I don't. He's trying to get a feel for his truck. Still losing positions there on that high side.
Tell you what, Eaton is
18.
he has he must have a really fast truck. He is trying to slice and dice his way up through this field.
I think he might have had a little involvement there in that first wreck. And he's trying to work his way back up to where he started.
Oh, Downing. What's going on with him? Did he blink?
I think he just did. That's going to give Michael the advantage to the inside. Oh, he just about put a bumper on him.
I looked up to my timing board and I seen him dropping, so he must have blinked right there. But no harm, no foul, as he is taking the lead now.
Yeah, we'll normally see a few of these trucks or cars blink. As long as there's no netcode incidents, it should be all right.
Battle for the lead once again. Here comes Michael.
Michael just drives around him there on the inside.
Power move. Don't look now. Here comes Matson.
With a bumper to Downing, enter the corner. Oh, wow. That was a nice save by Downing there.
Broke all of Matson's momentum with that bump right there. Looks like he's going to lose the 3rd spot possibly. Looks like
Downing
he
with a huge run. Accident in the corner here. Downing with a huge run on Michael.
Nowhere
These guys
to really
are playing
use
up
it.
here early.
It's amazing to see. Oh! A little bit of contact between the leaders. Downing doors Michael after he shuffles him up out of the way, but that's going to break his momentum.
It's going to give Matson the lead.
With the 54 of Dunning in tow.
I don't think we've seen the end of the 8 and 87 yet.
Oh my gosh, the drama already unfolding in this race, and we are only 15 laps in.
It's early. These guys better keep check of their tempers this early in the race. You only have one fast repair. And I'm sure there's a couple drivers that don't have any left.
Yeah, let's go back here to Michael and oh my gosh.
Michael looks like he wants to put that bumper there on that 8 of Downing, exiting the corner here.
Downing throwing huge blocks down that backstretch. Here comes Michael down to the inside. Will there be contact made?
At some point, you just got to give, because either one of these drivers are doing right now are eating their tires up, battling.
Michael pulls to the inside of Downing there, not giving Downing any room. As Matson and Dunning are checking out from these two.
It looks like the 34 of Dylan Clark's going to pull up here to the bumper of Justin Michael and have a battle here for 3rd. battle here for 10th between Tyler Humphrey and Joe Nelson. They go back single file.
We complete lap 17, working on 18.
And I talked about him earlier, Jonathan Cogswell up to 6th now. Up 13 spots from the start.
Tyler Humphrey makes a pass on Joe Nelson. Oh, contact!
Tightening up.
Between Nelson and Humphrey entering one. Both trucks with quite a bit of damage on the sides there.
We got a battle for the lead. Dunning is going to go to the outside here. Matson.
Dunning trying to side draft Matson.
Oh, Matson looked a little loose there in the tri-oval. It's going to give Downing a run on the outside. That's going to allow Justin Michael to pull up. And Dylan Clark. We're going to have a 5-way battle for the lead here.
Matson just taking it easy, trying not to play it too aggressive there.
Yeah, these 5 trucks right here, they're under a blanket. Any mistake can cause a real big problem. Oh, we got one in the grass a little. Justin Michael.
And that goes back to the visibility of not being able to see out at the front of these trucks when you're right behind someone. You tuck up behind someone so close you cannot see where the edge of the track is, and that's going to be an issue we'll see all night. But will it cause an incident? We shall find out.
Yeah, if you're on the bottom there entering the tri-oval with a truck right in front of you, it's a really kind of harder left turn there in that tri-oval. You kind of hit that grass a little.
Let's go back and check on Nelson here, who had that contact with the 94 of Humphrey. Oh! Wreck!
Caution here.
Oh my gosh, that looked like the 94 got turned. Well, let's go back and look at that.
It's the 94 and the 18 and 2 racing hard there. 3 wide, all the 2 slides up a little bit, tags the 18 and the 94. That 2 of John McIntyre just slid up a little bit there. Got into Christopher Howe. Tyler Humphrey had nowhere to go.
It is not pulling up on my end.
Let's just see if I can get closer here to see if it's net code at all. Oh, it does look like net code.
Let's try to go back live and see if we can pull it up.
Yeah, the 2 just gets a little close to the 18 there, and it just knocks the 18 sideways. Like, the 18 doesn't even have any left side damage there. It's definitely a netcode incident. Oh, and Tyler Humphrey got doored there. Some rear end damage.
For some reason, it is not pulling up.
Tyler Humphrey sideways into his pit box. Got to straighten it back out.
Trying to go back and find this replay here. It looks as though the sim blinked during that incident to where I could not go back and look at it.
That might be the explanation of the netcode.
That is a high possibility. And I hate it whenever there's glitches like that to where we cannot show the fans what exactly happened. We caught a little bit of it on the live camera while we were watching the race, and but couldn't watch exactly what it caused that. So I apologize to y'all that are watching. That's just something that's out of our control.
Let's see, we still got... See, why don't we try to pull in John McIntyre? He's in here in the Discord. Does not look like. Let's see. What about Tyler Humphrey in the 94?
Yeah, let's give him a shout. Hey there, Tyler Humphrey. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, walk us through what happened there on that incident. It seemed like the sim glitched on us and we couldn't go back and see exactly what caused that incident. Walk us through what you felt.
I just know we were 3 wide. It sounds like maybe the 2 truck slipped up a little bit and took me out.
Okay. Well, how do you feel about this race?
I lost my fast repair, so I don't know. Probably hold back because these guys are aggressive, so.
Yeah. You feel like you have a fast truck to be able to get up front and maybe compete for this win?
It's turning really good out of turn 2, so I think I have something there. 3 and 4 is a little bit of a struggle, but should have something out of turn 2 pretty quick, so.
All right. Well, good luck. Maybe we'll get to talk to you again at the end of the race.
Yeah, I hope so.
That was Tyler Humphrey, guy that was involved in that incident there that we was not able to get a good look at. Turn him loose back into his channel so he does not have to worry about being distracted with the race here, with the interview.
See, double them up here and do it again. Got that stage ending here on lap 45, so these guys should be good to go till then. Why don't we crank it up for this restart?
Let's do that. Let's do a Crank It Up presented by Sim Racer Hub.
Oh, we got a caution.
Oh, big wreck.
Huge incident. And that was the leaders there. Looked like Downing,
Michael was involved.
Michael, the whole top 6.
Let's
Except the 2 to the front.
let's try to go back and see what happened on that one.
That was a big one.
Like the 54 got loose, caused a chain reaction backup. '82 gets loose after being hit and sends the 8 up into the wall. And
Ooh,
oh my
no.
gosh.
87's came back down when he was loose. Tagged Downing. He goes on his roof.
as the trucks just pile in here. 48 looks like he barely made it through.
See if we can take a ride along here with Downing.
All right. Get that dialed up here.
Let's see. That was it. Barely got by it. The 33. Matt Rudder barely gets by, and he's in P6 now.
As we're riding along here with the helmet cam of the 87 of Michael, looks like it dips out for a second, causing a huge chain reaction. Oh my gosh. Hard hits. Hard hits for everybody.
I can't imagine that many guys have a faster pair left.
I would have to agree with you. And looking at what Justin Michael was looking at, that's a view you never want to have.
No, you never want to see a truck go upside down right in front of you here. Looks like we got Matson coming in to top it off. A couple other guys. Gonna give up that second position. Still some guys repairing on pit road. They probably don't want to use that fast repair yet.
I would have to agree with them. That's one thing you do not want to have to do this early in a race. Use that fast repair, especially with how aggressive these guys have been.
So we're going to see what a 14 lap shootout, 13 lap shootout here for the stage, but it will stay green. So you got to keep that in mind. These guys are going to be a little aggressive.
Looks like Matson used his fast repair, possibly. No, he didn't. He still has damage on the back bumper of that truck.
I think that was a little contact with the 8.
As Hunter Parsons is your leader in that 05 machine.
It's like Josh Anderson scored 18 laps down, but I think he's still on the track. The only person that's out of the race is Carl Burke so far.
As we have done 30 laps in this 100-lap race tonight, you can only imagine the intensity is going to ratchet up, I would say, in probably the last 30 laps of this race. And if it ratchets up any harder than what it's already been, I can only imagine how this race is going to turn out.
Oh, I can already imagine the tempers that are probably flaring these drivers. It's only been 30 laps in.
And that tends to be a thing at the Lone Star State. These tempers tend to flare with the real racers that actually go here and turn laps, and happens quite often with the virtual racers that we have here tonight.
I just tell everybody to keep it calm and cool and just go back after the race and make sure it wasn't that code. You don't want to be yelling at somebody when it don't matter.
Agreed. As the lights are out on the pace truck, we're racking them back up. Gonna try this again.
Looks like we got some guys that stayed out in there. They just dodged the wreck. Parsons up 10 spots. Jonathan Cogswell, we've talked about him. He's up 17 spots. Matt Rudder up 18 spots. 4th. Nick Kulikowski up 19 spots. 5th. So these guys have master wreck avoidance.
That pace truck makes that hard left turn to go down pit road. Waiting on the leader. Green flag is out as we complete lap 31.
Parsons with a huge jump there. Jake Eaton to the bottom looking for that second position.
Leaders are kind of spaced out right now. Got Hunter Parsons leading the field around in 3 and 4, followed by Eaton.
These trucks build such huge runs on the straights. They can get to that bumper of the truck in front of them, but it's more difficult to get around them.
Yeah, that's one thing about the aerodynamics here is you can get a run to someone's bumper, as we have a battle for the lead as Jake Eaton to the inside of Hunter Parsons. Can he complete the pass here in 3 and 4?
That's going to open an opportunity for Cogswell there.
Eaton gets clear.
Cogswell's had a fast truck.
As Hunter Parsons is shuffled back to 3rd place.
Cogswell looking to the inside of Eaton there. Can't make it happen.
But as we were saying before, though, the aerodynamics of these trucks make for huge runs. But it's so easy to get aero blocked and not be able to do anything with that run as you're approaching their bumper.
Yeah, I think if you want to make a move, you got to do it on the restart. Try to take as much ground as you can.
Absolutely. And that's why we're seeing such hectic, frantic moves on the restarts here as these guys are trying to gain every position that they can before the field gets separated.
It's like after the pit stop, Matson's moved back up into the top 10. So the P9.
We check in here on Tyler Humphrey in that 94 machine.
Looks like Cogswell's going to take Eaton here out of the corner for the lead. Coming into the tri-oval, let's see if Eaton can cross back over. And he's going to try it.
Eaton to the inside, entering turn 1. Cogswell going to give him plenty of room.
Cogswell's going to build a huge run here off in the corner.
Drag race down the backstretch here. We're 2 by 2 for the top 6 spots. Oh, Eaton gets a little loose on that low side. Looks like he tapped the apron. Breaks his momentum.
We got 8 laps to go to the stage.
Eaton with a little bit of a blink there.
Eaton's going to build a run again here on the backstretch on the bottom. Looking to dive into it in turn 3.
Can he
Can't
clear
quite
him?
clear him.
He's going
That's
to clear
giving
him off of 4.
It's going to give opportunity to Christopher Howell.
Howell
Will they make it
touches,
3 wide?
Howell touches that grass a little bit there in the tri-oval.
And that tri-oval grass, that's tricky right there.
Christopher Howell, though, he's had a fast truck. He qualified decent. Now he's up here battling for the lead.
Back to single file for the most part.
And if you look at the top 10 here, we have guys that have come from the back of the pack. Eaton has jumped 8 spots since the start of the race. Cogswell has moved up 17. Matt Rudder back there in 5th has jumped up 17 also. And then John McIntyre in 6th has jumped up 14 spots. Nick Kulakowski, once again, sorry if I butcher that name, has jumped up 17 spots since the start of this race. And Grant Humphreys moved up 11. Kulakowski.
Got to put the cooler. The beer's in the cooler.
as we look at Cogswell here trying to make a move for the lead.
Christopher Howe still there on the bumper of the 29 of Eaton on the high side. About 4 to go here in this stage. They'll stay green once the stage completes.
These guys are going to be getting aggressive, just trying to get them extra playoff points.
Howe
Oh,
looking on the inside for second.
2 to go in the stage. Cogswell with a crossover back to the inside. And that's just going to allow Jake Eaton to stretch out a little bit with these two guys battling behind him.
It's a tough race for some of these guys. They get caught up in the accident. Justin Michael, one of the fastest trucks, 15 laps down. Josh Anderson was really fast last week. Looked like he had a good truck tonight, 32 laps down. Chris Downing in the 8 still got a chance there, 2 laps down in 21st. A couple cautions and he can get his lap back. Tyler Humphrey in that 94 we talked to earlier, he's just sitting 1 lap down. The first car a lap down, so he'll be the lucky dog barring a caution.
Howell is making a move to the back bumper of Eaton. He has broke away from Cogswell.
That 29 of Eaton, he struggled a little bit early, got in an accident a little early, had to work his way back up, got through that last accident there. I think he stayed out, and now he's the leader. He's taking charge of this thing.
As Eaton pulls out a little bit of a gap over Howell there.
Why don't we just say he's eating right now?
As they go off into turn 3 here. Eaton has opened up a 4/10 of a lead here.
This is probably the most spread out they've been all night. Big gap between the first 3.
With 17 trucks on the lead lap.
We forgot the stage winner, Jakey.
With so much action going on here for this lead, we got to give y'all the update about that. We apologize.
Still looks like Howell's trying to gain some ground. I think Eaton was a little loose off the corner there, and Howell's going to look to the inside.
Big run. Will he clear him here? He will.
Well, we've seen Eaton cross him back over once. Will we do it again in turn 1? Oh, he's going to dive.
Oh, contact. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no. He dove it in the corner.
Cannot
and just took
believe
Christopher
that.
Howell out of the race. Oh, my goodness.
And no caution has come out
I can't
yet.
believe that's detrimental to both of those drivers.
Yes, it is.
No caution. Their race is pretty much over.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not sure the 29 has a faster pair left.
I don't think he does either. I think he was involved in that first incident.
I can't believe that just happened.
Oh my gosh. Both of these guys fuming right now.
There is definitely being words said.
As we look at Christopher Howell coming into pit road here, he is smoking. I believe he still has a faster pair, but he is going to go multiple laps down here.
I'm sorry if I get loud, folks, but that was exciting.
Oh my gosh. As Cogswell now assumes the lead.
Plus 18. Dustin hey, don't look now, but Dustin Madsen sitting in second there. He said, hey.
And still has a fast repair. I still cannot believe that them guys took each other out right there racing for that lead with the stage already being over. There was nothing to be aggressive about right there. I just cannot believe that.
Somebody got a little caught up in the moment.
Because we have a whole gaggle of trucks back here.
Madsen looks like he wants to make a move for that lead. Trying to find that clean air.
As we're looking back here at the battle for 10th. Put a blanket over 4 or 5 trucks here fighting for that 10th spot.
Looks like they're about 3 wide there.
Yes, they are.
Chris Downing trying to work his way back up.
Looks like the 33 of Rudder is going to back out of it. Thinks better.
Bet Downing was screaming for a yellow right there.
Oh, I could imagine.
You got Jake Eaton now 3 laps down, Christopher Brown 4 laps down. That's
Madsen takes the lead and stretches it pretty quickly. Already up to a half a second lead. Out of nowhere. Like he has rockets underneath that truck just propelling him out there.
You got to remember, he did pit, so the guys that stayed out might not have took tires, so his tires could be a little fresher.
So speaking of pits, why don't we look at what kind of stint lengths some of these guys have run. Looks like Dunning has not pitted yet at all, running in the 4th spot. Madsen has 25 laps on these tires. Parsons and Cogswell both have 31 laps on their tires.
Madsen's got 6 lap pressure tires to the 2 guys behind him.
But that would make a big difference as Parsons cuts down that lead a little bit.
Madsen has the freshest tires on the lead lap.
Yes, he does.
And he's a leader. He's in perfect position right now.
I just still cannot believe how Madsen was able to get back up there after that big incident that he was involved in and not using a fast repair, and then still catching the cautions just right and making passes on restarts and just an overall fast truck. And to think this guy said he did not have very much confidence coming into this race.
I don't think he was trying to show it.
He was very humble about it, that is for sure.
Just think he might get $10 for that Halloween scheme tonight too. Who knows?
He just might, because that's a pretty original scheme right there.
Hunter Parsons, he's starting to make some ground back on Madsen.
I just heard someone blow a motor.
Oh no.
I believe that is the lap truck that they are coming up on at the moment.
Yep, the 48 or the 94.
Not the 94.
It looked like they just exited back on the track. George Jewell. Can't tell. No, Jewell's running in 5th. Solid run by Jewell.
I believe it might have been the 87 possibly.
Oh, we got pit and green flag stops. Dylan Clark. Nope. That's Jonathan Cogswell. Hunter Parsons pitting. I guess they realized them 6-lap older tires weren't working.
We got Parsons, Cogswell, Jewell.
I think these guys are trapped though, because I don't think they can't make it to the end here. Nelson 2, Joe Nelson 3 coming off pit road.
As Madsen comes around entering 1, stepped out to a little over a 3-second lead.
Leader Dustin Matson.
That leaves
Back.
7 trucks on the lead lap.
Bunch of trucks a lap down. It should cycle back around a little bit, but it's been so spread out.
I believe Madsen's going to pull up a little bit, let these trucks with fresher tires go on by. But it's not to harm his run for the lead here. As Clark enters pit road. Rentz is on pit road.
It's also
Downing is coming out.
3 laps down. These guys really need a caution. I don't think a lot of them need a caution now that they're a lap down.
Here comes Madsen.
I think this is a final pit stop. I don't see him making it that long.
I believe he could. Let's take a look at the stint length again. He ran 34 laps on that run. That would put him right there as his last stop of the race.
Bubble. I think a lot of these guys are going to be on the bubble with fuel.
A lot of these guys are, given that there's no cautions in this race.
Hunter Parsons is in second now. He's cycling back around, and he's going to take the lead.
Madsen falling back now with that pit stop. Think he might have stayed out a little too long, allowed them guys with fresh tires to run faster laps and able to get up there and pass him.
We'll see now. He's got fresher tires, so he's going to run
also
these guys
5 seconds
down.
back.
And I don't think any of them guys that pitted before him can make it on fuel.
Cogswell is cycled to be your leader now as he passes Parsons.
Cogswell has just done an amazing job tonight, working his way through the wrecks, getting to the front, and staying there.
They come around to complete lap 65.
.35 to go.
Cogswell stepping it out from Parsons with a 6/10 of a lead now.
Shout out to Grant Humphrey. He struggled a little bit there in that 48. Worked himself into the top 10 here, plus 15 in 6th. Looking for a top 5.
There's the 6 of Madsen making a move on Grant Humphrey. Taking that 6th spot away from him.
Jonathan Cogden just pulling away with this thing out to a 2nd lead now.
Really stretching it out. But I would have to say, does he have enough fuel?
Yeah, you just gotta wonder. I bet he's watching the fuel meter every lap.
Let's look
His
at
crew
his.
chief's probably telling him, hey, you're out there a second ahead. You can let off a little bit if you need to.
He's already run 9 laps on this run. Make that 10. Does he have enough to make it? It's going to be really close.
I think before it's over, you're gonna have to look out for the 6, Matson, and the 34, Dylan Clark.
I do not believe the top 4 can make it on fuel. Let's go back and check in with Matson here, as he is making waves getting up here.
Up to 5th now.
Running the last 5 consecutive laps. He has run faster lap times every single lap.
Got Dylan Clark right behind him. He's running really fast laps too. Like I said, these two guys right here, if they can stay together, find some momentum, maybe get a caution.
Yes, that's what we're looking at right now. Lap 71, Clark ran a 5/100th faster of a lap than Matson, but he's also in the draft too. Let's see what it looks like completing lap 72. Clark was almost 2 full tenths faster than Matson that lap.
Yeah, Clark is moving. Still got about a second between the leaders, Cogswell and Parson. Dunning looks like getting some move there in the 54. Trying to get that second spot away from Hunter Parsons. Cogswell might have bobbled a little bit there.
Cogswell up to a 7/10 lead. So let's give you a rundown through the field here. Presented by Sim Racer Hub. And first here, you have the 27 of the Jonathan Cogswell. And second, you have Hunter Parsons. Followed by Jamie Dunning there in third. George Jewell sitting pretty in fourth. And fifth is Dustin Matson making moves. Dylan Clark sitting in sixth. In seventh, you have Grant Humphrey. Eighth is Tyler Humphrey. Ninth, we have Bill Miller. 10th, we have William Fletcher. 11th is Nick Kulikowski. 12th, Kevin Franks. Followed by Matt Rudder in 13th. Mike Renson 14th. John McIntyre in 15th. Joe Nelson in 15th. 16th. The other Joe Nelson in 17th.
We got to figure that one out.
Yes, we do, yeah.
Is that father or son, or?
It's possibly, yes. I believe it might be. I'm not sure.
That's
And 18th, we have Jake Eaton. 19th is James McKinney. 20th, we have Chris Downing. 21st is Matt Crockett. 22nd, Christopher Howell. 23rd, Justin Michael. 24th, Josh Anderson. 25th is Carl Burke. We're back following Hunter Parsons after he retook the lead from Cogswell during the field rundown there.
Looks like Dylan Clark's done surpassed Matson there for 5th place. 4th place, I'm sorry. They're both at 4th and 5th now. Wow. 2.8 seconds back to Dylan Clark, and he is gaining time every second.
Yes, he is.
Looks like Jamie Dunning might be headed down pit road.
Dylan Clark moves up to the 3rd spot.
Big question right now. Did they have to pit? Not. You see Dunning already hit pit road. So I'm thinking I don't know if anyone can make it.
Is Madsen coming back down pit road here?
Gonna top it off real quick.
He is. He is taking tires and fuel, looks like.
Got Humphrey on pit road. Madsen, Dunning, Parsons, Cogswell now pitting, the leaders.
Clark assumes the lead.
This is gonna be our final pit stop of the night, folks.
With 18 laps remaining in this race.
I always tell people, if you want to win a race, short pit. Question is, how long does Clark stay out?
That is a good question.
How many people took fuel only? How many people took 2 tires? Could be a showdown right here at the end.
Looks as Clark may be trying to put everybody a lap down at least.
If he could get everyone a lap down and get a caution, that would be amazing. You never know what happens on these pit road entrances and exits.
As George Jewell and Grant Humphrey leave pit road.
Kulikowski in from P2. Dylan Clark in pit road.
As the 48 comes back out off the pit road there.
I think the 34 was just trying to build as huge of a lead as he could. He might be taking a splash in 2.
That's what I would do if I was in his position. Let's see what he does.
We got the 91 of Mike Rentz taking over the lead.
Looks like he is taking no tires. Just a splash of fuel for Dylan Clark.
Might put him back out in the lead if he cycles. Cogswell's coming though. See if you can get up to speed and stay ahead of Cogswell. Here comes Cogswell, exited 2. Clark's still in the apron. It's going to be tight.
Cogswell's going to have that run down the back stretch. But Clark not far behind. Let's see if that strategy plays out for him.
See if those 3-lap pressure tires play out for him.
So once things cycle around, Cogswell will be your leader once Rentz and Nelson pit.
It's still too close to call. Top 3 here about within a second and a half of each other, and then you look back just a little bit further and you see Dustin Matson there in 6th.
I believe Madsen may be the truck to beat tonight if he gets a good enough run. Looks like he took a faster pair into that last cycle. Going to be even a little bit faster without that spoiler sticking up in the middle. as he's coming up on Dylan Clark.
Cogswell's done checked out.
Here comes Matson to the inside of Cogswell, taking that 5th spot. Rents on pit road, looks like maybe. No. Maybe just a small blink. Rents and Nelson have yet to pit.
Nah, they're losing a lot of time.
Let's take a look at
I
their
know they're waiting on
strategy.
a caution.
Rents has been out 61 laps on this cycle. Nelson is 30
that was
laps
the last
in.
lap. They both still have to pit. There's no way they can make it.
I wouldn't
They're
think
just waiting
there
on that
is.
yellow. Got 13 trucks on the lead lap now.
Is
Mike
Eaton
Rentz hits pit road, I think. Yep.
We're looking at Eaton here back in 8th spot. As Rents comes down pit road, looks like.
That's what it showed on my score, and I think he might be blinking a little bit. That's what's throwing it off.
Oh, here comes Nelson down pit road with his Halloween Chucky paint scheme. Go back and look at Cogswell. Parsons running Cogswell down. Parsons running faster than Cogswell the last 4 laps.
I'm watching that 6 truck. Matson and Dunning are coming. They're staying together. They got the draft. They're pushing. They're in a little tandem. They're going to catch them 2 trucks in front of them, and they know it.
Yes,
Be
they
patient with each
do.
other.
As we have 8 laps to go in this race.
Now within a second, the top 4 trucks.
Matson
Mike
and
Rentz.
Dunning, they are teamed up and they are coming.
Rentz is still yet to go to pit road.
Could Rents be trying to stretch this out? He's got
He's
a
only
7-second gap.
seconds. He's going to get passed by these guys. I think he might be on pit road now.
Yes, he is. That puts Cogswell in the lead. 6 laps remaining.
Less than a second between the top 4 trucks. Cogswell, Parsons, Matson, Dunning, all looking for a win.
As you
Matson
see
looking for
Matson
2.
coming into the frame there. There's no way Cogswell can stop 3 trucks lined up. They come around to complete lap 94, starting lap 95. Could this be a last lap pass situation that we're seeing build up here?
Big run down there in the middle of the corner by Parsons, looking to dig some of that momentum, push onto the outside to get up to Cogswell. They're in a freight train down the backstretch here at Texas.
As they come out of turn 4, Parsons.
Oh, a little bump.
Matson going to follow Parsons to the inside of Cogswell. Dunning going to stay high.
Might see 3 wide here in a second.
Thinks twice of it as Parsons takes the lead. Now, can
See
these
how far
guys
we
get
got.
sorted out?
Cogswell's still working that outside by himself.
Here comes Matson with a run. Parsons, Matson, Dunning, Cogswell, and Clark. Your top 5.
Don't look now, but you got a lap truck coming up behind these guys, and it looks really fast, and a couple of them in front of them.
They come through 3 and 4. Matson and Dunning looking to link up again, try to get to Parsons and get by him.
Coming to the line with 3 laps to go. Looks like these top 3 here have checked out a little bit from the 4th place of Cogswell. He's battling a lap car. It's going to be between 3 trucks here.
Oh, as the 54 of Dunning gets in the wall a little bit, that's going to leave Matson and Parsons fighting for this as they come up on the 15 lap truck.
One of these guys is going to use the lap truck to their advantage. Matson needs to get to the bumper of that 05 here with 2 to go.
Here comes Matson. As they enter turn 1, the 15's going to get up out of the way of these leaders. That's going to hurt Matson a little bit because he can't bring that truck all the way up to the wall. And that side draft is going to slow him down.
Stick it, stick it. Matson looking for his 2nd win of the season. Back to back. Hunter Parsons leading with 1 lap to go here at Texas.
White flag is
Excitement
out.
Racing League.
Presented by Sim Racing Hub. As they come out of turn 2, sounds like a wreck behind them. Right now we are focused on the top 2. Can Matson pull something off here in the end? Half a lap remaining. I don't think Matson has enough for it.
Hunter Parsons wins at Texas. Brought to you by Sim Racer Hub and the Southern Excitement Racing League.
Heck of a finish. Heck of a finish.
Wow.
Cannot believe that formed that late in the race. That was a heck of a finish by these guys.
Got Parsons 1st, Matson 2nd, Dunning 3rd, Cogswell 4th, Jewell 5th, Eaton 6th, Clark 7th, Grant Humphrey 8th, Bill Miller 9th, William Fletcher 10th.
Let's watch this 05 truck burn it down here at No Limits, Texas.
See a good one.
That was a heck of a run by Parsons to be able to come back up and take that lead late in the race. He's going to park it right there on the front stretch. Let's give you a rundown of the finishing order here. Presented by Sim Racer Hub. You have your winner, Hunter Parsons, for Full Throttle Performance, followed by Dustin Matson in 2nd. 3rd, we have Jamie Dunning. 4th, Jonathan Cogswell. 5th was George Jewell. 6th was Jake Eaton, followed by Dylan Clark in 7th. 8th was Grant Humphrey, followed by Bill Miller in 9th. 10th, William Fletcher. 11th, Tyler Humphrey, with Matt Rudder in 12th. Kevin Franks in 13th. Nick Kulikowski in 14th. 15th was James McCanney. 16th, Mike Rentz. John McIntyre in 17th. Joe Nelson in 18th. Chris Downing in 19th. 20th was Matt Crockett. 1st, Joe Nelson. 22nd was Christopher Howell. 23rd, Justin Michael, after getting involved in that incident for the lead there. 24th, Josh Anderson. 25th, Carl Buck. That is your finishing order. 26th position guy right there, Joey Doucette. He is the race control guy. That's why it's showing him 100 laps down. What a wild ending to that race. What do you think, Justin? Let's get our finishers up here and talk to them. Pull up your finishing order there once again. Start out with Jamie Dunning here. Pull Jamie Dunning up. Hey there, Jamie Dunning. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing today, guys?
Oh, pretty good, man. Congrats on the third place finish there. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Actually, it went really well for me today. I was kind of surprised. A couple weeks ago, I did the Cup Series race here for the SCRL, and I think I finished dead last. So finishing third in the trucks means I progressed throughout the weeks here. At first, I thought I was going to drop back, but I had a fast truck all entire race. The last few laps, I was working with my teammate, Dustin Matson, trying to get us back up to the lead two, as we were about 2-3 seconds behind them on the last few laps.
Cool. Yeah, we seen how you and Matson were teamed up right there, really going for it, and y'all walked up through the field trying to get up there. Was there any thoughts that you could have got up there and actually won this thing on the last lap?
I could have won, but I'm playing team strategy here. I'm not on a team. I'm just following with the Throttle Up Racing team of Dakota, Justin Michael, Chris Howell, and Dustin Matson. I'm just their support guy. I'm basically a part-time driver, and I could have told Dustin to basically get out of my way as he asked me if he was holding me up, but it's more to just winning. It's more about teamwork, and it proves tonight that teamwork does help out, because we were, like I said, 3 seconds back on the last pit cycle.
All right. Well, how do you feel about going to Michigan next week?
Michigan basically going to be like the same style race and pack racing, so hopefully that the team works great together and we can basically do the same thing. We have a great pit strategy with all 5 of us and try to get all 4 or 5 of us towards the front at the end of the race. I mean, that's how it's going to be in pack racing.
For sure. Well, do you have any shout outs, sponsors, or anything like that you want to give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank Rick's Chicken Barbecue for sponsoring my Cup car. They're not on my truck yet, as I haven't gotten the paint done yet. I would like to thank Dakota Camper, Chris Howell, Joey Doucette, Bill Stringfellow for assisting me and running this league. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are today in Season 2. I would like to thank all the drivers for coming and get yourself situated with your league. I mean, it's top-notch, easy, quick.
Let's see if we can't get Dustin Matson here.
We apologize about that. We have had a little bit of a technical difficulty, lost connection a few times there towards the end of Dunning's interview. We apologize for that.
Just a moment.
Can you hear me there, Justin?
Yes, sir. I got a copy there, Jacob.
All righty. We have had technical difficulty. All right. Hopefully, we have this figured out. Hey there, Dustin Matson. You got a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
There we go. So, man, you had a fast truck tonight. Walk us through how that race went for you.
It was a little adventurous. I definitely had to catch the truck quite a few times from a few different little situations on track. Yeah, it definitely had some speed. I just kind of got buried back there because I had to pit at one point to kind of clear some damage, and I basically manually cleared the damage instead of taking a fast repair. So I didn't have a clean truck until that last fuel run there after the last pit cycle. So just kind of got buried back there a little bit. But maybe if that had been a 125 lap race, I might have had something for the win there.
Well, let's talk about that incident that you were involved in. I believe it was I think it was Clark that was in front of you, or it might have been Dunning in that 54 that got loose and caused a backup and caused y'all to have a bit of an incident there in the front of the field. Walk us through that.
Yeah. If you actually replay that back, we more or less got loose, or about right at the same time. I started chasing the tail of my truck about a split second before he started chasing his. He just spent a little bit more time chasing it, I guess, and kind of had to get out of it, and that just is kind of what stacked everything up there. So, but I was definitely I was definitely a tank slapping there too.
Well, what are you looking forward to going to Michigan next week?
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't raced at a track that size in these, so mostly just kind of been doing the short tracks, a mile and a half. So it's going to be kind of interesting. There'll probably be a little bit of a learning curve for me, but hopefully I'll still be able to have a little speed there, and hopefully tires will still matter something. I felt like I was able to save the right front on the truck a little bit more at this track than maybe some of the other guys. So hopefully tires will still mean something there. So we'll just see what happens.
All right, Justin, you have any questions for him?
Well, with an average finish of 1.5 so far, I think we'll see you up at the front at Michigan.
Yeah, that's the goal. It's still early, so I'm sure that average could drop, but we'll try to keep it below 5 at least.
Well, you have any shout outs, sponsor plugs, anything like that you want to give out?
Just thank the SCR guys and the sponsors of the league itself, Sim Racer Hub, and for putting everything on and keeping track of all the stats and everything we got going on here. So it's been really fun.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll get to talk to you next week at Michigan again, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right. I'll be watching that broadcast back. Thanks again, guys.
All right, no problem.
Appreciate you.
That was your runner-up finisher, Dustin Matson, in that 6 machine after winning last week at Daytona, coming up so close to winning this race tonight. So what do you say we finally bring in your race winner, Hunter Parsons? Hey there, Hunter Parsons. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, walk us through that race win there and that last few laps you had going on.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I was very nervous that those last 15 laps, knowing I would be cycling out second. I'm not an asphalt guy by any means. All my sponsors are all dirt. I'm a dirt guy in and out. So just to be able to run up front was hell of an accomplishment.
Well, you could have fooled us. You look like you belong out there leading some laps and making some good passes for the lead, especially there in them closing laps.
Yeah, it definitely helped out. All those incidents at the front took out a lot of fast cars, so definitely don't think I would have had the winning car. Just haven't really been fast here. I got this track last week for the officials to turn some laps, and I tell you, I couldn't finish inside the top 15. So to come out on top here I'm speechless.
Well, congrats on the win once again, man. What are you looking forward to next week going to Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan's is one of my favorite asphalt tracks on the sim. I personally feel like I have a good understanding of saving tires. Each time we would pit in this race, I would look at my right front, and it was consistently at 85, 86%. So I think I have what it takes to save the tire wear for Michigan. As you know, it definitely eats up those tires.
Oh, yes, it definitely does. And let me ask you about this. Were you a little worried seeing Matson come up from behind there late in the race?
Yeah, when I saw him coming up, I knew I was going to have my work cut out for me. Before that last pit cycle, I could kind of keep with him for a little bit. So I knew if I could cycle it out just right and hopefully use some of those lap cars as a pick, or even that Jonathan Cogswell for the lead, hopefully get him as a pick, it would have been enough, I think. But definitely didn't want to risk it by any means, and he definitely had me nervous. Good run into him.
Yeah, he almost come up and had a back-to-back win there, but you were able to hold him off and had a fast truck and got up there, led some laps, and led the lap that mattered the most, which was the last one there. So, Justin, you have anything for Hunter here?
Yeah, we haven't really asked anyone. I don't know if you were up at the front at the time when 87 and 18 got into it, but how did that go?
Yeah, I was behind my teammate going into one there, and I saw ahead that the few leaders were making contact, and I could see some smoke. So we did all check up, and I checked up enough to get on the apron clean, and got alongside the 87 and the 8, and I knew I was pretty clear, and all of a sudden I saw the 87 cut right into my right side window. So I definitely believe he got into Chris there. It was coming off the corner where everyone was getting straightened out. So my opinion is I believe the 87 got into the pretty intentionally.
Yeah, they were racing really hard up there in the front, and matter of fact, that's where most of our incidents come from, was a battle for the lead. So
Yeah, and I know for sure the first few laps there, Michael and Chris were going back and forth across the radio. So that just kind of gives me more proof to believe that the 87 did indeed junk a lot of race cars there, because it definitely took out one of my teammates pretty early, and he just couldn't recover from that. So it sucks it had to happen like that. My teammate was way faster than me. It sucks to have guys like Justin just ruin people's races on lap 5.
So
all
we're gonna
right.
see some tempers flaring at Michigan. Can't
Oh,
wait.
yes. I'm excited because I'm not the fastest guy here, but if that can happen each week, I will surely take it.
Yeah, there was a lot of drivers that did really good at dodging the wrecks and just working their way and maintaining patience like you did all night. Man, congratulations, Hunter.
Thank you.
And you have any sponsor plugs, shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, first off, the guys at No Limits Racing, Dylan Clark and Matt Rudder, they kind of coached me along. I had another league race before this and got no practice, so they kind of coached me along. And then all the guys on the dirt side of it that helped me out on both programs, iRacing, iFlag, Full Throttle Performance, Dirty Grass Soul, Majula CC Shop, Diamond Divas, Hawkeye Junk Removal, and Door to Door Race Wraps. And for you guys putting on the broadcast.
Well, we thank you very much, and once again, congratulations on your first win of the season. I'm sure there'll be many more to come from you, and
I
we'll be
sure
talking
hope
to you more.
I sure hope so. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good night.
Too.
And that was your race winner, Hunter Parsons, coming from the back to the front there in the last closing laps.
It was a really exciting race. There's some drama built up now for Michigan. It's gonna be a little crazy next week, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Michigan. There's going to be some potential payback coming. If there's no payback, they're for sure not going to be giving each other any breaks for the incidents that we've seen tonight. And like I said before, when we first started the broadcast, Texas Motor Speedway here in the Lone Star State always produces some kind of excitement, whether it's on the track or in the pits. And we've seen a little bit of both tonight.
Yeah, it's been great here at Texas. Just really great track and atmosphere. It's really like one of the all-star races of the Truck Series. These guys tonight, they put on a great show.
Yes, they did indeed. But once again, I want to thank SERL, the Southern Excitement Racing League, for allowing us to broadcast their races, and presented by Sim Racer Hub. They're at simracerhub.com. For Justin, I'm Jacob. Thank you for tuning in to Full Sim Broadcast Network, and we'll see you next weekend at Michigan International Speedway. Have a good night and a happy Halloween.